morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
So we'll wait for a couple of minutes for others to join in. So till then, I hope you have followed what has been taught up till now. Siddharth? Siddharth is there online? Soumya? Seema? Jayashri?
Yes, sir.
You're following? Any doubts there?
No, sir.
You want me to give some additional examples for this? Or explain it a little bit more?
No, sir.
Okay, I hope you're following this. Have I shared the first unit notes with you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Has everybody got the first unit notes?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So second unit, once we finish, I'll share the notes with you. Now, we were discussing regarding what was the topic we were discussing yesterday? Anchor tag. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anchor tag we were discussing and some of the important attributes of the anchor tag we were discussing. The most important attribute of anchor tag is the href, hypertext, reference. Then you have got another important attribute, target. Then you have got name and ID. So this is what the examples we had seen yesterday. So one example is the anchor tag with href and target. And how does blank, self, and top work? Then we also checked out how images can be given inside this. Now, for example, this example, we're giving an image inside this. So once again, let us refresh that one. What we'll do is, this is a standard HTML. Let us introduce a anchor tag. The moment you introduce the anchor tag, close it as well. Then inside this, give a reference. Hypertext reference is equal to. What I'll do is I'll give. There is this one program called as sample.demo here only in the same folder. So I'll give the hypertext reference to that one. Suppose if you are giving some other HTML file which is not in the same folder, you are supposed to give the path. In case if you are giving the a website address which is also HTML file, then you have to give http www dot the URL and then you can specify. So sample.html. Now here .ht, this is the text which will be displayed on the link. We can give this as what sample.html program. So this is how we give the anchor. Let us open in Chrome and check out how does this link appear. It's a normal link, and then the moment you click on that particular link, it will take you to the sample.html. The link is not appearing here. The reason being I have not closed the bracket in a proper way. I can just check out. I have not closed it. This complete part look in the same color, which should not be the case. So the moment I close this, you can see the text which is to be displayed will be in the black color. This is one of the uses of the Notepad++. So refresh this. Now you can see you'll get a link, sample.html program. The moment you click on that one, it will take you to the sample.html program. Now suppose in case if I want the link to open in a different, say different tab, then you can give the attribute, use attribute target, and target is equal to black. So use this again, run this. See here, get this, and this opens in a new tab. Original program stays as it is. I hope you followed this one. So instead of text as the link, here in our example, we have given text as the link. Here in this case, we have given text as the link. So instead of text as the link, in case if you want the image as the link, then what you're supposed to do instead of text, just let me take it to the next line and then insert a image over here. So this is the image tag. Then what is the most important attribute of image? That is src. Now let me check. I think there was a image called as c.jpg for this one. This the image size is quite big, so we'll restrict the size since we are giving the values in numerical. No need to give the codes for the values. So close the image tag and again run this. You can see that you'll get a image, and then there is a link. The moment you click on that one, the HTML page which you have specified will open. You can modify this with different kinds of stuff. The image tag has been inserted inside the tag between the opening and closing. So what we can do is we can give both text as well as the image. Sample.html. Click here for sample.html. So just modify this. You can see image is also coming and then the text is also coming. If you want this in the next line, you can use the rec in line command. Use the br tag and then refresh this. This will come to the next line. Either click on this or click on this. It will take you to the sample.html. Understood this? Any doubts here? Yes, any doubts here?
No, sir.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have learned how to use hypertext reference, how to use anchor tag. Now, what we'll do is there is one concept which is called as the navigation of the web pages. Navigation into the web pages. What we'll do for this is, you can see here, there is instead of having the old ones, I'll take the new ones only. Let's copy this, save this, create a new HTML page. Before giving any code, the best option is to save this. Now I'll just simply give this as S1. S1 and then select the type as HTML. S1.html. Now here, just copy this structure and then paste it here. Right. Okay, just go on observing. what entries do I make and what changes do I make? Let us include a paragraph. Welcome to State Data Science. A command over this, close this, a break tag, then have one more paragraph. That particular paragraph will be called as the let's say it's interesting, right? Two paragraphs we have specified. Sorry, I think there was some disturbance. Now, can you hear my voice and see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to this program once again. So simple one. In the program, we have included two paragraphs. First paragraph and then second paragraph. So you can, I have given the P as capital. It doesn't matter. It is case insensitive. The browser will take care of capital letters and small letters. One break line I have introduced. Suppose, for example, in case if we remove the break line, you can see here, of it will reduce one particular this thing, right? So every paragraph will start in the new. Now suppose I'll do one thing. I'll increase the size, the space between two paragraphs. What is happening here is we have given some space. We want the second paragraph to appear little bit in the downside of the page, but it doesn't work out that way here. Irrespective of whatever space we have given between two paragraphs, the space is ignored and then only one space is taken. So there is a tag which is called as preserve tag, which is PRE. Let me take the PRE tag here. Okay, so PRE tag, and then here let me close the preserve tag, PRE. So what this does is it preserves this particular space that we have given. In case if we don't give PRE tag, it doesn't preserve. It will take only one particular part. So if we have given, you can see here, there is some particular space. Let us increase this particular space and let me give a little bit more space. You can see here, paragraph, first paragraph is here, second paragraph is here. Then we can specify where we want to have. So now if I refresh this, you can see first paragraph is there, second paragraph is here. What we'll do is again copy this and then one more thing, I'll paste it here. So one more preserve tag we are giving over here. So you can see here, this is the first paragraph. This is the second paragraph. And then we are preserving the space. And then this is the third paragraph. Data science is interesting. This will change it. Easy to learn. Fine. Check out in the program output. Now we'll refresh this. Now you can see. Output is not being shown here. There might be some. Let me save this once again and try to run this. Now we can see This is the first paragraph. This is the second paragraph, and then scroll down, you'll get the third paragraph. The objective is to demonstrate the navigation between different pages. Now, what we'll do is, the core attributes we had seen in the beginning of this particular chapter, ID was one of the core attributes. Now, what we'll do is we'll name the paragraphs. Paragraph 1. This is the first paragraph. The second one will say, again, we'll give ID is equal to, let this be paragraph 2. And then the third one will be the paragraph 3. Let us may have this ID as 3. So it is easily, each of the paragraphs are easily identifiable. Now, the anchor tag can be used to navigate within the page and from one particular page to the other page. Now, what we'll do is we'll introduce an anchor tag here. Open it, close this. We'll give a link as well. Go to first paragraph. Go to the first paragraph. So we have given the link over there. Run the program and check here. You can see here the hyperlink is not yet been created because we have not given the href attribute. So let us give the href attribute. Href is equal to, now what is the address we are supposed to give? Since we are in the same page, you need not give the page name, that is s1.html. You can just give the name of the paragraph. What is the name of the paragraph? That is 1. So what you can do is just say href is equal to, use the hash symbol and then give the name of the paragraph. So what is 1 here? 1 is the name of the first paragraph where we want to go. The first paragraph. So save this and again go to the program. You can see here. The first paragraph we have given ID as 1. This is the second paragraph whose ID we have given as 2. And then this is the third paragraph whose ID we have given as 3. And then one hyperlink, the anchor tag link we have given. What this does is it should take you to the first paragraph. The moment we click on this one, you can see the control goes to the first paragraph. Once again, I'll show this. We are down here. The moment we click on this one, it will take you to the first paragraph. The first paragraph is the first line that appears. Now, before this, it was something like that. First paragraph had gone out of the scope. Now here, the moment we click on this one, it will go to the first paragraph. Similarly, we can do it for the second paragraph also. What we'll do is to give the link for the second paragraph. Second paragraph, what I'll do is I'll give a little bit more space here so that see here now. Now you can see first paragraph, then second paragraph, then third paragraph is there. So what does the first paragraph say? Welcome to data science. Data science is interesting, and then data science is easy to learn. Now let us provide the hyperlink. Can somebody tell me how to provide a link for the second paragraph now? What link should I provide here? href is equal to, since I'm doing the second paragraph, let me give the name of the second paragraph. So href is equal to, go to the second paragraph. You can see here refresh this. So go to the first paragraph link is there, go to the second paragraph link is there. Click on this one. You can see there is some,
Sir, hash.
yes.
Hashtag.
Yes, the problem is I had missed the hashtag over there. So it is saying it is not going to say fine. So here, let me give this. So refresh the program. Back now, refresh this. You can see the moment I click on the second paragraph, the second paragraph will come over there. The moment I click on the first paragraph, it will go to the first. This is how we can navigate within the page. Understood this? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Everybody followed this. So this is the navigation within the single page. So what we are doing here is we are navigating within this particular page. Now we can see the page is s1.html, sample1.html. Now how to access this from a different location or the different HTML file? Now we can do the same thing here. Now the objective is to access the file S1. This is our file from a different page. Now we would access the locations of file S1 from the same page, but here in this case, we are accessing it from the different page. Now let us have an anchor tag. Okay, and then we'll provide three different links. What was the file name? S1.html. For this one, let us give the hypertext reference. Href is equal to, simply let us give the file name S1.html. Okay. So the moment you click on this one, run this program. Let us run in a different browser this time. Check with Firefox. See the link for s1.html comes over here. Click on this one. It will take you to the s1.html page. Fine. I'll make some, add some this one. Let us open this in a different page. So give it as blank, target value as blank. Save this. Run and okay. So this will open in a different tab. You can see over. From this page, what I want to do is I'm closing this because it is opening multiple number of pages. So every time I'm closing this. Now we have accessed s1.html, but we want to directly go to the second paragraph of s1.html or the first paragraph of s1.html. By default, what this is doing, this particular link is taking us to the first line of s1.html. As you can see here, go to the Firefox, go there here. See, it is taking you to the first line of h1.html. I want to go to the second paragraph, not the first paragraph or the third paragraph. Then we have to give navigation, something like this. Let me copy this. Paste this and say s1.html first paragraph. Copy this. Copy this, and again we'll provide a link for the second paragraph as well. So s1.html. Now let this be what the second paragraph. What you're supposed to do is, how do we identify the second paragraph in s1.html? by their ID names, right? Here you can see. Okay. Let us go to s1.html. First paragraph is identified by ID value 1. Third paragraph is identified by the ID value 3. And then the second paragraph by ID value. So we are going to use those ID values now here in our program for this. So go to mark our program now here. Let this be as it is now here. Hash 1. That means it will take you to the first paragraph. Hash and then 2. This will take you to the second paragraph. Let us check out this. Run this program. The previous ones, okay. Run this program. To avoid the confusion, let us take this to the next lines. A BR tag here. We introduce a BR tag here. Save this and again refresh this. You get different. So directly, if you press F1 s1.html, it will take to the first page. Suppose if you take first paragraph, you can see here the first paragraph will be there. Suppose if you take to the second paragraph, then get the second paragraph as well. So here, the objective is to scroll the values, scroll the values, and then specify how does the navigation take place. Now you can have different kind of this. Now we can see we missed a tag over here, but still the browser ignored that particular thing, and then it needs to have the run the program in a proper. Understood this? Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's start with the next this one. Okay, I think there was some disturbance in between. Probably you might have missed something. If I missed something, just let me know. I have to cover it once again. Forward that particular thing. I hope you didn't miss something.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. You can enter your attendance. Ask any doubts. In case if no doubts, then we'll go with the next one.
Sir, there is any difference between class and ID?
There is a difference. Hypertext reference will not work with class. ID, it will work. And then there are different uses also. In the sense, identification is for identification. ID has got some limitations as far as usage is concerned. A class has also got some limitations. It is something like this. Suppose if you want to go from your place to college, is there any one route or multiple routes? There are multiple routes, right? Similarly, here also to achieve the naming of individual tags, we can use ID also. We can use class also. They have their own uses. Now, for example, if you take the main road, it will be easier for car. If you take the small road, it will be easier for the bike. Sometimes car is useful, sometimes bike is useful, more useful. In such cases, what happens is both have their own advantages and disadvantages. The same thing happens to be here. ID has got its own advantages. Class has got its own advantages. We'll see those advantages and disadvantages with the examples. Now, in this example, we navigated from one page to another and one part of page to the other part of a page or different pages. There, if you give class attribute, it will not work. If you give ID attribute, it works. So ID has got an advantage as far as href links are concerned. Class has got its own advantages in CSS. That is the difference. You got this point?
Yes, sir.
There is one more option here, which is you can give a reference to your web addresses also. Now, for example, here, our this one, let me take this example of s1.html here. See, we can give, suppose I can create a link over. I can give my ID here. So what happens is there is a hypertext reference called as href is equal to mail to and then colon and then mail. What this does is it provides a reference or email reference. How does this work? Let us check here. If you want to provide a opportunity for user to send a mail to you, then you can specify like this. We'll check out. We'll ask for this mail and then automatically the mail related this one it will open and you can send a mail. So you can give a reference, mail reference to this. So that is one of the uses of the HRE. Other uses of this, you can just say mail to and then the mail ID. You can provide with colon separating between them. So that is one of the. Okay. Table we'll cover in the next class. I'll just give you a brief introduction about this small example also we'll see. Then the other parts we can see now. So here, the example only I'll show. We'll take a standard reference here. Remove the references, or let us take a new program. Take a new program and then first save this the moment before entering any code. Make sure you save this. Just save this as table 1 and hypertext reference. Save it. So this becomes a HTML. Just copy the structure here. Paste this, remove the anchor tag references here. Then if we want to introduce a table, again, there is a tag called as table. As usual, there are the opening and closing tags. Table tag. And then you can see here, there are two types of this one, TD and TR. First, take this, copy this. There is a tag called as R, and then there is a tag called as TD. Okay, now here you can see. So we have introduced a TR tag, which stands for a table row, and then inside the TR tag, we have got, for the time being, just include one TD. So TR tag and then word TD, row 1, column. Now, a small table will be introduced over here. You can see row 1, column 1, but you cannot see the table here because by default the thickness of the table is 0. So the border will not be drawn as it is. Then what you're supposed to do is use an attribute called as border. Give the border thickness as 2 or 3. So you can see here now one table is added over there with only one particular row. There is no other this thing, one table with one row. The content is row 1 and column 1. Now that means this will be the data, and then see, this is the first row of the table, and the data of that particular row is TD. What we'll do is again, one more column will add to this TD. Say this is, I'm giving the name so that if can understand the location of those columns. They are portraying the actual meaning. So this will be what? TD stands for table data, TR stands for the row. That means we are adding the first row of the table. This is the first row, first element. This is the first row, second element. So here, run this, you can see first row, first element, then first row, second element. Now suppose we want one more this, what we'll do is add one more TD, and then this will be what? Row 3, sorry, row 1, column 3. Column 3. We'll have they all are in one row, first column, second column, third column. What we'll do is the same thing, we'll take this, copy this once again, and then paste it here. One more row we are adding. This is the first row, which contains 3 columns. This will be the second row. This is not row 2, this is row 1. This will be row 2. Row 2, again row 2, and row 2. So first row we are adding. This is the second row we are adding. Let us run this. Now you'll understand. Before running, I'll just go to the now you see I have not refreshed this. I can see one row we have added. The moment we refresh this, the second row is added over. Second row, column 1, second row, column 2, second row, column 3. And so on. I hope you understood how to create a table, how to insert a table. First important tag is the table tag, and then for each row use a TR tag. So we are having 2 rows. So TR tag, and each row contains 3 elements. So that will be TD tag. TD, TD, and TD. I hope you followed this. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
This. Anyhow, I'll repeat this once again in the next class, tomorrow's class. Still, if you have any doubts, 1 minute is remaining. I'll wait. Yes, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll log out.